This is Jolyn Hanna reporting for Falcon Weekly. Today here in WOW, it's really quiet and subdued, but last Thursday it was a different story. I'll tell you why coming up on Falcon Weekly. These recyclable items start out here at the university, but they end up here at the recycling center. It's a wild, crazy, and extremely hot night here at WOW. I'm afraid somebody might have even gotten burned. Gerald Cunningham's one of the contestants who didn't quite make it to the end of the contest. Find out what chicken fingers and graduation have in common coming up on Falcon Weekly. Reporting for Falcon Fever, I'm Jolyn Hanna. Imagine being bullied and abused just because you're gay. I'll show you how one man took his fight to the national level coming up on Falcon Weekly. Jamie Nabuzny. The name might not sound familiar to you, but in 1996 he made history. Starting in middle school, Jamie began being harassed by his classmates because of his sexual orientation.
Bullying started in 7th grade, and it started because people perceived me to be gay, and I didn't deny it, and so the harassment continued.
Jamie's situation went far beyond verbal abuse and was so extreme that Jamie ended up hospitalized after a particularly brutal attack in which his injuries were so severe, surgery was required to repair the damage. Because of the bullying he experienced, Jamie attempted suicide more than once and was left feeling hopeless because school officials were unwilling to help him.
And the administration's response was pretty much not doing anything. I mean, I actually had a principal in my middle school say things to me like, if you're going to be openly gay, these kind of things are going to happen to you, and that boys will be boys.
Jamie dropped out of school and ran away from home twice before being convinced by a social worker to take legal action against the school system that had failed him. Jamie was here in Montevallo for the screening of the documentary Bullied, which is about his fight in the landmark federal case to end his bullying. Because of Jamie, all students, gay, straight, male, female, transgender, are now legally entitled to a safe educational experience. But Jamie didn't stop there. Even today, he continues his battle to bring an end to bullying.
I know a lot about what it's going to take to prevent bullying, a comprehensive approach to dealing with it, as well as a community response, because bullying doesn't start in the schools and it doesn't end in the schools, and we need to be looking at a lot of different areas.
Jamie now travels the country speaking to organizations like schools about his battle against bullying, while organizations like the David Matthews Center for Civic Life tackle the issue at a more local level.
We sponsor programs and projects around the state that focus on community and civic engagement, how people make decisions and take action in their communities on issues of public concern.
One of these issues, of course, is the issue of bullying. With Jamie being in town to talk about his experiences, the center took the opportunity to conduct a forum on bullying. University of Montevallo students and professors took part, and the research gathered will be used to find ways to educate the public about bullying and stop it for good. For Falcon Weekly, I'm Jolyn Hanna.
This brings us to this week's Player of the Week.
Falcon Fever correspondent Jolyn Hanna joins us in studio with a look at this week's standout athlete. Hi, Jolyn.
Thanks, guys. This week's Falcon Fever Player of the Week is Haley Evans. Haley is from Fairhope, Alabama. Earlier this week, I got a chance to talk to Haley about her time here at Montevallo and her plans for the future. She credits hard work along with her family and teammates for her success as a runner.
Now it's time for our feature Athlete of the Week.
Jolyn Hanna joins us in the studio.
Hi, guys. This week's featured athlete is cheerleader Carly Lang. Carly's hometown is Cordova, Alabama, and she's a junior here at UM. She's also one of our fellow Mass Comm students. When I talked to her last night, she told me that a lot of people might not realize how much work goes into being a cheerleader. They have to practice just as much as any other athlete, plus perform difficult stunts like tossing people in the air and tumbling, all with a smile on their faces. Thank you, Carly Lang, our featured athlete of the week. If you have any suggestions for our last featured athlete of the week for the semester, just let us know.
Now it's time to highlight our Falcon Fever Player of the Week.
Falcon Fever correspondent Jolyn Hanna joins us at the desk to introduce to us today this week's standout athlete. Hi, Jolyn.
Hi, Michael and Lauren. This week, our player of the week is Ashley Beck from the women's golf team. Ashley is a sophomore here at the University of Montevallo and attended Ardmore High School. Last week, I got a chance to catch up with her about her time here at the university and why golf is something of a family tradition for her. Thank you, Ashley Beck, our Falcon Fever featured athlete of the week. If you would like to suggest an athlete for Falcon Fever featured player of the week, contact us through our Facebook or Twitter pages.
Now it's time to highlight our Falcon Fever Player of the Week.
Falcon Fever correspondent Jolyn Hanna joins us at the desk to introduce us to this week's standout athlete. How's it going, Jolene?
Oh, good guys. What about you?
Pretty well.
This week, our Falcon Fever Player of the Week is number 20 for the men's basketball team, Danny Cummins. Danny is from Charlotte, North Carolina, and has played for the Falcons for the last 2 seasons. He is also a fellow MassComm student. Before coming to UM, Danny played for Pfeiffer University and Chipola College. He attended North Mecklenburg High School. Thank you, Danny Cummins, our Falcon Fever Featured Player of the Week. Good luck to Danny and the rest of the men's basketball team. If you would like to suggest an athlete for Falcon Fever Player of the Week, you can contact us through our Facebook page or Twitter.
Now it's time for this week's Player of the Week.
Jolyn Hannah joins us now.
Thanks, guys. This week, the Player of the Week is volleyball player Moni Adi. Moni is a junior here at UM where she is double majoring in both psychology and social work. She is also planning to go to graduate school after she finishes her degree. She credits both her family and her teammates with her success as an athlete. Thank you, Moni Ati, our Falcon Fever Player of the Week. Good luck to Moni and the rest of the volleyball team this season. If you have any player in mind for next week's featured player, please let us know. MassComm students moved from the television studio to the audio room. I'll tell you why, coming up on Falcon Weekly. It's been a long time since the University of Montevallo Department of Communications has had a radio program, but that's about to change. Students are taking the initiative to bring radio back to UM. With the creation of their new show, The Friday Game Plan, Devin Cooley, Dan Cook, Amos Hollenhead, and Jordan Simeon have given the department a chance to branch out from video-based programs like Falcon Weekly and Falcon Fever to the radio world. Devin Cooley says the show is about sports fans being sports fans, but also presents an educational opportunity.
It lets us talk about, whatever sports are going on for the university or also in professional sports. It's let us, talk more about stuff that, just as guys we just like to talk about, but also as sports fans and as MassComm students, things that we really want to go into and to maybe, take as a career later on.
Amos Hollenhead says the show will cover all kinds of sports topics.
Basketball, we talk about baseball, we talk about hockey, we talk about soccer, we talk about anything that's involved or associated with sports.
Dan Cook says that while the show is primarily a radio show, there are other options for listeners who can't tune into the live broadcast.
So we record it so you can actually watch it on YouTube later. And if you look on our Facebook page, you can actually find a link right here in the recent post column.
Be sure to tune in every Friday for Montevallo's newest radio show, The Friday Game Plan. It airs on the Campus Cable Network from 12 until 2. I'm Jolyn Hannah, reporting for Falcon Weekly.